Welcome to my channel, Stash the Cash. My name is Mrs. Lex, checking in once more with you today. I hope you are well and doing okay. Today's video entails checking in addition to the envelope challenge my way and other challenges on the table. Today I will be demonstrating the envelope challenge to you, which is here, and also why it's my favourite challenge to do, also highlighting the flexibility of the envelope challenge and pulling resources from it if necessary. I will also be referencing a saving unit and progress in regards to setting targets, and I also want to highlight 2 questions that I was asked recently, in addition to my views and progress moving forward regarding the channel. So that's it really. So moving forward as we usually do, I've got my binder to the right of me, but the visuals are not a lot today. So the first one I have to the left of me is the penny challenge. Just want to show you that it's a work in progress. As you can see, ticking the boxes. I hope to complete it shortly. But for some reason, this one slowed down while others have speeded up. I don't know why that is. I don't know. But, you know, any progress, is big or small, is something to appreciate. So such is life. So that's that. And for the penny challenge, I actually have some coins here. And it is £10 to be banked, and it's in 20p's. So that's that one. And the next challenge I have on the table is my £5 note challenge. Sorry, this sturdy container always tends to. And I know that I have quite a few fivers in my binder pocket, which I have here. So I'm going to, because I've got some fivers to add. So I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So I've added £50 to my £5 note challenge jar. And as I said in a previous video, I like a see-through container for the £5 note challenge because you can see when the jar rises. I just like the visual. So that challenge has been addressed. So I'll just move that to, let's move it that way, one side. My newest challenge is this one that I've just pulled forward, and it is the envelope challenge my way. And I'm sure a lot of you might be, well, a lot of people might have heard of the envelope challenge, but I actually call it the envelope challenge my way because I'm doing it my way. And I've chosen to go and get some reusable envelopes at the end of the month when I've paid for everything that I need to do to live. We know what we need to do to live. I have £400 in my bank account, and I decided to slot that £400 into 4 different envelopes over a 2-month period. So I would have 8 at the end of it and try to keep them for 2 months, you know, and obviously when the 2 months would roll over, hopefully I'd have 8 intact, or I might have less. So if I need to pull one, I will do so, because things happen and you may need to address an issue. But I like this challenge, and I actually trialed it in August of 23, and I like this challenge, and that's why it's my favorite challenge. Why it's my favorite challenge is because you start off with several hundreds, and I was saying in a previous video, even though I am putting £100 in each of these envelopes, you could actually put less. You could put 50, you could put 20. I mean, you have to work with the funds that you have. So I'm working with the funds that I have, and my funds is 400. As I slotted them off camera, I'm going to open them up and show you that I really do have £100 in each of them. So just bear with me. The first one, let's go. So that's 100. That's 200. That's 3. And my last envelope. So there we go. That's £400 slotted, which I have just shown you. So I have £400 on the table, and my plan is to have 8 of these intact and to obviously keep them for 2 months. During those 2 months, if I need to pull one, I will do so. I'm not going to stress over it. The greatest thing is to have something to pull from, and that is how I intend to work with the envelope challenge. Hence, I've renamed it the Envelope Challenge My Way, because I'm doing it my way. It worked well last year, and I know it's going to work well this year, and I think anybody should try it. You know, it just challenges you to keep those funds, you know, and then if you need to pull from it, you know, it doesn't matter. Things happen and you may need to pull an envelope. Such is life, you know. But I do like this challenge, and that's why it's one of my favorite challenges to do, because instead of getting to several hundreds, you start with several hundreds and you try to keep it. So it's like you're going backwards. You're going backwards initially, it might seem, but you're going forwards. So at the moment I have 4, and I was just so pleased to start this. Well, I was so pleased to actually get paid so I could start it. So it's week 4 of the video. Sorry, week 4 of my saving challenge. So I've got my 4 envelopes and they are intact. I will be, as the weeks roll on, I will be bringing them to the table so you can actually see that I have kept them or I have pulled from them. I will be keeping it real as possible with you guys, because that's what I wanted to do. I want to show you that everything is legit. What I'm saying, you know, and what I'm doing, it is doable, and I'm keeping it as real as possible. So there are all my challenges. My £2 coin tin, I haven't got it. Well, I have got it on the table, but I haven't got anything to add to it today. However, this tin seems to be getting heavier. So, you know, magic is being worked somewhere. I have it on the table, but it just always seems to feel heavier than the week before. So there it is, still exists. I haven't still got it. But the other saving unit I wanted to reference was this one. I don't know what it is about this tin. I don't know if I call it the Queen's tin because obviously it's got the Queen's face on it, you know, but I don't know. I think it should be my lucky tin. I didn't actually have a tin last year, but I just wanted to maybe just trial something, and hence I had put the £1,000 target. I wanted to save this by my birthday, and I had given myself 7 months to do it, even though once I had put the sticker on, I was thinking, oh, do you really think you could do that in regards to everything else that you're doing? So, you know, I was thinking, well, I'll have a go regardless. But why I want to talk about it today is, you see this figure on here, the 1,000 target? I have actually saved 15% of it. So I was even doubting myself. And we know that 15% of 1,000 is 150. And that is what I have in this tin. So it just goes to show that sometimes, you know, a bit of self-belief, and sometimes somebody see you trying, because if I didn't try, this tin wouldn't exist. And because it exists and it's in my care, there's something in it in relation to funds. So the key element is to try. And because I have it, every now and then somebody puts something in it. So I just believe that, you know, when you try, I think it's more than likely that it will happen. Because if you didn't try, how would you know? I mean, nobody gives anybody help unless they're trying to do something. And that's how it works in hindsight. So it's self-explanatory. So moving forward, I actually had 2 questions, because in relation to credit cards, because I'd said in a previous video that I have credit cards and I cleared a balance recently, but I kind of use them in a different way. So I had 2 questions in relation to credit cards. And the first question was, how many credit cards do you have? I actually have 3 credit cards, you know, and I've had them. I'm a lady in my 50s, so I've had these credit cards for over 2 decades. So I have 3, and I have a lot of credit on them because obviously they're not maxed up, because that would be crazy, because then I wouldn't be able to clear it. So over the years, I've kind of used them in a different way. So initially I have these 3 cards, and each of these cards have several thousands on them in credit. And I actually owe just over £100 on one of them. So, you know, it's nothing that I lose sleep over, you know, that's it. And the other question was, how do you use them? Well, first of all, in regards to credit cards, I don't walk around with credit cards just for the sake of it, you know, because I think that when you walk around with credit cards and you don't have a plan of action, you know, you will just use them for unnecessary things. So it doesn't make sense. My credit cards are always at home. When I need to do something, then I will pull for the one that I'm going to use. So I would only use them for significant reasons or sporadically to keep the card active. And you might be saying to yourself, what do you mean by sporadically? If I have my card and I don't use it, I think they say that the bank can ask you back for it. So every now and then I would just swipe it for a small transaction just to keep the card active, you know. And then I would aim to clear the balance as quickly as possible. And lately, I've noticed that when your balances are low, the banks tend to offer you a lot of balance transfers for 0% interest for a small fee. And I just want to just reference that in case somebody doesn't understand, you know, percentages. Kind of learned a little bit in my older self. For example, I owed £1,000 on my credit card recently, and if I didn't clear that balance, the interest rate on that would have been 39%, and 39% of £1,000 is £390. So if my other card is offering me a 0% transfer balance for a small fee of 3.9, the 3.9 would represent £39. And then they'd give me a 12 months interest free, or 18 months or 6 months. So what I would do, instead of paying the £390, I would pay the £39 for a small fee, transfer the balance onto the other card and try and clear it within the 0% interest period, and only pay £39 instead of the £390. So that is what I mean when I use them differently, because I have cards and they seem to flag up sporadically in rotation. When you've got one on a low balance, I've noticed that with the banks, they want you to rack up credit, and they want you to owe them money, so they'll always offer it to you. So when they offer it to you, they're hoping that you won't clear the balance, and then in the end you'll pay them this high interest rate. But if you're a clever person, you will try to clear the balance within the period when there's no interest, and hence you will just pay the small fee. And that is what I meant by using my cards in a different way, and that is how I use them, and that is how I will continue to use them. Initially, when I had them many moons ago, I didn't use them that way, but you know, as you get older, you get wiser, and you learn to master things, and you learn things. So you know, so it's self-explanatory. We have to wise up and calculate things and do figures, and such is life. So that's it really. And the other question I wanted to highlight, I had a question from my youngster, and it's in regards to the channel. So I just wanted to share that with you. And my youngster asked me recently how I felt about the channel. And I said to him that I feel okay. I've got a handful of subscribers, and I'm going to teach them everything I've learned, and we're going to hit milestones together. And my youngster, he just smiled, and I know why, because he knows that it's doable. So therefore I'm going to speak this into existence. Nothing tried, nothing gained. And you know, You have to try to get from A to B. And, you know, if I didn't try in 2023, Stash the Cash would never have evolved. And because I learned so much in 23, I wanted to do a YouTube channel. And even though I only have, you know, 2 handfuls of subscribers, I appreciate it. And I want to show everybody what I learned, because I think that when you learn a skill or when you learn something that can help other people, I think you should share it. And that is how Stash the Cash has evolved. So I hope that you will share the information, tell a friend. You know, I'm not somebody who is tech savvy. I'm just learning my way and learning to edit and so forth. But, you know, I really believe that Stash the Cash could be a force to be reckoned with. And that is why I am here talking to you and showing you these saving tools or gadgets or any way you want to see it. You know, just pick what you like, start when you like, do anything, try anything, because, you know, the climate that we're living in is crazy and the struggle is real for the best of people, you know, even professionals out there. So, you know, that is why I think nothing tried, nothing gained. So it's come to the end of the video, and I'd like to say to anyone watching, subscriber or newbie or anyone curious, thank you for doing so. And remember, it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. Pennies make pounds and pounds have use. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. I'd like you to comment, like and subscribe, you know, and, you know, get on board, you know, be a part of the Stash and Save Crew family. And let's hit milestones together, you know. That's what I want for anybody that logs on. And I hope that you've taken something from the video and that we can thrive and we can strive together. So in the meantime, I'd like you to like, comment and subscribe. Take care of yourself and see you soon.